in Kathmandu, Nepal today with a brand new friend. We hired a guide, Bhupal, to bring all of Kathmandu to life.
So welcome to Kathmandu, both of you, and my name is Bhupal.
As a kid growing up in a small town in southeast Texas, I dreamed about one day visiting Kathmandu. This proves that travel dreams do come true. This is a 17th century temple. One thing to keep in mind as we're strolling through, back in April 2015, a huge earthquake destroyed many buildings in the Kathmandu Valley, and you'll see that played out right here as we stroll around. Kathmandu has a population of about 1 million, and it's located at 4,600 feet, even though it's in the Kathmandu Valley.
And this is the new house, new one. And here, again, another temple, again the Shiva temple. Yeah. And originally, this temple was in
18th century Shiva temple.
Is different than the whole.
Looks like this old temple is in need of some significant foundation work. This is pagoda architecture.
Pagoda is our original architecture of Nepal. Yeah. And after that, it moved to other countries.
More old houses in the old part of Kathmandu.
And here, these are the local product.
So here is a fascinating Hindu temple. We're not allowed inside. But boy, is it big.
So no one goes only once a year?
Once a year.
They don't come to the back?
And here's a winch.
Has it been?
Yeah. It looks like a man, looks like a ball. And regarding Hinduism,
and we're entering into a Ganesh temple.
fertility.
Fertility, of course.
Yeah.
I see the vagina. I see
the Yoni, you call Yoni, and Linga.
Yoni and Linga.
Yeah, Sanskrit. Yeah. So on the top, you can see the vessel.
Of course.
For milk. Cow
Right.
milk. That's what it's called milk.
A couple of the old temples here in Kathmandu had depictions of the Kama Sutra.
And he's the transportation. They're always associated with Vishnu, and he's the transportation.
Interesting. Here's one with donkeys. We are entering Kumari Gar. Built back in 1757, Kumari Gar Palace houses the living goddess of Kathmandu. Kumari is the tradition of worshiping young girls as manifestations of the divine female energy. The current royal Kumari, as of 2017, is Trishna Shakya, who at age 3 was installed as Kumari. Kumari is believed to be the incarnation of the goddess Teleju, that is, until she begins menstruation, at which point the goddess leaves the body of the Kumari. And at that point, a new Kumari is selected.
Looking, watching.
These are आके खाली सब लोग फर्नीचर देखा के चले गया है नहीं
garlic. Yeah, that goes to India. Yes, and here, this is our Hindu temple. God Indra here. And original this temple was built that goes to India. Yes, and here, this is our Hindu temple. From here,
This is the entrance to Old Durbar Square.
and it's on the side, but a lot of sand. I mean the afterwork building. Now nobody lives here. And this is the new house. New one. And here again another temple. Again big monkey. Hey buddy.
Those are the mean ones, Joe. Look. They're aggressive, Joe.
I'm staying right here with Popal.
Always.
This is from the 7th century.
And he is god of terror, god of distraction.
He is God of terror, God of destruction.
The distraction is represents Shiva. He is Shiva, Lord Shiva.
This is a pagoda-style Shiva temple, a pagoda-style architecture, and lots of pigeons. And we're heading to the Pashupatinath Temple in Kathmandu, Nepal. Got a new buddy right here. I have this vision of them reaching out and grabbing my camera and running. Next stop is the Pashupatinath Temple and its world-famous cremation site. So I'm here with a couple of new friends at the cremation site. We're in Kathmandu, Nepal. And I am from the USA. Absolutely. To gain a better understanding of this centuries-old cremation process, here's my guidebook Paul with a few facts on the cost of cremations.
the gentleman who take care of the body for cremation. We give to him money about like 3,000, 4,000 rupees. And again we have to buy dry wood. So for firing. And again you have to buy 3,000, 4,000 rupees. So altogether about like 6,000, 7,000 rupees for cremation.
The temple has 10 cremation platforms, each situated on the Bagmati River. It's customary to burn the dead here within 24 hours of death. So there is a body placed above the wood. They are now covering the body with straw. So here is a body, family members waiting for the cremation. You can see the body right there, right in front of the temple. The body is carried to the funeral pyre by the family, where wooden logs are spread on a stone platform by the hired cremator. Priests chant prayers quite loudly, directing the body to be placed on the logs. The pyre is then lit with the oldest male child after others have poured ghee and oil onto the fire. Often, family adds the belongings to the fire. So the pyre usually consists of things that the departed loved: rich oils, coins, gold, other possessions. Sadly, young poor men often jump into the river for gold placed for the family with the dead.
There it is. And also you see the blood of that. Did you find? Yeah, here, right. There it is.
Now the river Bagmati looked frankly dirty and polluted, but the people seem to think otherwise, for cremation at this temple is an indispensable part of their life journey. The Bagmati River just keeps rolling along, silently witnessing each family's tears and loss. The cremation site is only part of the Pashupatinath temple complex. There are many other shrines, ashrams, temples, so why don't we take a look around?
Yes.
We need to go in the other entrance.
Thank you. And we're entering the Pashupatinath temple.
This is the entrance for non-Hindus. Right here, there are many temples, shrines, ashrams, and the like, dating back to the 5th century.
And original, this temple was built on a very old site and was built like a 5th century.
Got it.
Now the present temple was built, pagoda architecture was built, in the 1460s. And again the Shiva temple. These are all Shiva temples, and these were built like in 18th century.
Okay.
And the architecture is Mughal architecture.
Mughal architecture, got it.
For cattle.
Amazing.
The grass.
Grass for cattle. Boy, here's a shot for you. The Pashupatinath temple complex and crematorium are dedicated to the god Shiva. Next up, Swayambhunath, or as it's popularly known, the Monkey Temple. I am here today in Kathmandu, Nepal, at the famous Monkey Temple. Guys, if you are wondering what these monks are doing, they're pitching coins into a gold pot right over there in this wishing well. Coin in the pot, your wish is granted. Now, the Monkey Temple, officially called Swayambhunath, is composed of stupas, temples, shrines, and more. And here is my guide, Bhupal, to tell you a bit more about Swayambhunath.
And today we are, in the Swayambhunath. So one of the oldest stupa in the world. People believe it is more than 2,000 years old.
No monkey temple would be complete without lots of these little guys. They are everywhere. Here in Swayambhunath, you get a large number of Buddhists as well as Hindus visiting and it's perhaps the best place to see religious harmony in the entire country of Nepal. This Buddha, made from one piece of stone, dates back to the 7th century. The largest image of the Buddha Sakyamuni in Nepal sits atop this high pedestal. The stupa was completed back in May 2010, its first major renovation since 1921. This dome was regilded using 20 kilograms of gold, and that renovation was funded by the Tibetan Meditation Center of California. The Monkey Temple is a big hike up this hill, but the views are absolutely spectacular. Next stop is the Bodhanath Stupa, world famous. You see this in all the picture books. And here's my guide, Bhupal, to tell you a wee bit more.
Behind me, that very beautiful views stupa. So name of the stupa is Bodhanath. And it is one of the biggest stupa in the world.
The Bodhanath Stupa, built back in the 14th century, has stood as a beacon for Buddhist belief with those gigantic eyes. Yes, you see them right there. They're on each of the four sides of the stupa, all-seeing eyes of Buddha, symbolizing awareness. By the way, stupa is a Buddhist commemorative monument, usually housing sacred relics. It looks like there are about 28 monasteries located around Bodhanath. We are proceeding over to a very special monastery called Trikal. It's just steps away from Bodhanath, and here's my guide, Bhupal, to tell you more.
So now we are Tibetan monastery. So this monastery, the name is Trikal.
The formal name is Trikal Maitreya Buddha Vihara Monastery and Temple. So we're inside of a temple that is adjacent to the big stupa. This temple is dedicated to the coming or future Buddha, Maitreya. Our final stop is the Shechen Monastery in the Bodhanath Stupa area. The full name of this beautiful monastery is Shechen Tenyi Dargyeling. Here's my guide Bhupal to tell you more.
So welcome to Shechen Monastery, and it is one of the beautiful monastery and one of the biggest monastery at Bodhanath.
The Shechen Monastery in Kathmandu is one of the 6 Nyingma tradition monasteries of Tibetan Buddhism.
Bye-bye.
During our visit, we just happened on this wonderful concert. Shechen Monastery has over 150 statues and stupas. By way of background, the original Tibetan Shechen Monastery was destroyed back in the 1950s. But in 1980, the Tibetan religious leader Rinpoche began building this new Shechen Monastery right here in the Kathmandu Valley. For years, master craftsmen worked to make this monastery one of the most beautiful examples of Tibetan art in the entire world. Shechen is dedicated to the enhancement of Tibetan Buddhist spiritual and cultural activities and to fulfilling the vision of the late Rinpoche. "450 monks from across the Himalayan region study and live at this monastery. They receive a lively education that includes Buddhist philosophy and also music and dance and painting,